Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Taylor Lauren here. If you haven't noticed, we have a change of scenery here. I've just decided to start filming in our bedroom because I am currently 37 weeks pregnant. I'm going to show y'all my belly in a little bit, and we are preparing B's nursery slash guest room for my mother-in-law when she comes to stay with us and help out, and my mom being in and out, that will kind of be their space. So I just wanted to get into the habit of filming in here, so I'm already there mentally once Blair arrives. But today we are going to be talking about the pregnancy glow. Today's going to be a skincare video. I've gotten a lot of compliments on just my skin and my pregnancy glow during the duration of my pregnancy. Thank y'all. I love skincare, so this is something that I put a lot of effort and time into maintaining. It genuinely makes me happy, so I appreciate it when people notice. So I just decided to make a video on the pregnancy glow and how to get it and how to maintain it and all of those types of things. So as y'all know, I have my list here. So let's go ahead and get into the video. We're going to be talking about just pregnancy skin overall, how your skin changes in pregnancy, body and face, products that I use, what I think has been helping, any pregnancy skin struggles that I have had in my pregnancy so far, and all of that good stuff. So if this is something that interests you, then keep watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. So let's get into it. Okay, y'all, so hold on. This is what my skin is looking like. This is what my belly is looking like. I'm currently 37 weeks, so I have a tattoo here. I'm sorry if the lighting is, adjusting, but I do have my little dark line here. I'm very hairy, so these little specks and stuff that you may or may not see is my bunny trail. But besides that, I don't have any stretch marks or anything. I've always kind of had these two lines that go across my belly. Those are just indentions from me dancing for so long and doing ab work and stuff. I've always had those, but besides that, that's what my belly looks like. And a lot of people have asked me, how do I get glowing skin and no stretch marks and everything? I'll address the stretch marks first because that'll probably be the quickest thing. I really think that it's just genetics. I've always had pretty elastic skin, so to speak. I know my mom did not have stretch marks when she was pregnant with me or my brother. My mother-in-law did not have stretch marks when she was pregnant with my husband or my brother-in-law. So it's really just genetics. I think if your mom had stretch marks, you're more likely to get them. There are things that you can do to prevent them. I've heard of people just, making sure that you moisturize. And when you do moisturize, just massaging the area. Don't just apply, but really massage and kind of do what you can to stretch out your skin to make it more elastic, so that as it does stretch when you're pregnant, it's not cracking or anything and making stretch marks. As far as my pregnancy glow and how do you get a glow, let's talk about that, right? So I do have some things on here, but you guys, I think, excuse me, I'm out of breath. Whew. Whew. I think the main thing, and to be honest, I think that I had pretty glowing and even skin before I got pregnant, and I think pregnancy just enhanced it. I think the biggest tip, secret, whatever, to a pregnancy glow is having a consistent skincare routine for your body and for your face. since I've been pregnant, I have not changed anything about my skincare or my body care routine. I have been using the same products that I used before I got pregnant, and it's just still been effective. And I think that's because, you know, whatever my skin was liking before, it's only going to like more with the pregnancy and the additional hormones. And most of what I use is drugstore products. So I think the biggest thing to getting a glow, whether you're pregnant or not, is to just be consistent, and to stick with the products that you like, that your body likes, that your skin likes. I literally haven't changed anything. I haven't used any special pregnancy specific belly oil or prenatals or anything like that. I've literally been using the same things that I've been using before, and I have been making sure that, you know, I stick with my routine more than ever now that I'm pregnant. Before I was pregnant, you know, I may just, you know, exfoliate once a week or slip up here, slip up there. But now I make sure that I'm super duper consistent with my skincare routine now that I'm pregnant. So that's the first tip that I have for you, is be consistent. And that's something that you can do, you know, whether you're pregnant or not. And when you do become pregnant, your skin and your pregnancy hormones will just, you know, appreciate it even more, because your body and your skin are going through so many changes. So just to have consistency in a routine of how you're caring for your skin, your body will greatly appreciate that, and it'll be a sense of stability and balance for your body. Now, let's talk about pregnancy skin. Now, definitely in my first trimester, my skin was going through it. Now, there are some, your skin will just do things when you're pregnant. And I obviously can't name off all the symptoms and side effects, but I'll just tell you what happened for me. And this was all like in my first trimester. And then once I got out of my first trimester, my body kind of re-regulated itself, I guess, and everything went back to normal. But I definitely noticed, I'm a very moly person. I have lots of moles, lots of beauty marks. That's something that's also genetic for me and the women in my family, especially on my mom's side. So a lot of my beauty marks, a lot of my moles got bigger. And I started getting freckles and skin tags. Now, my brother and my mom have like a bunch of freckles on their face. I have none. But since getting pregnant, I've had a few pop up. I actually have one right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. On the side of my eye that I initially thought was like a scar or like a pimple. But it's actually a freckle, and I have like a few, like a faint few more scattered on my face, and then some are starting to pop up like on my neck. Skin tags. I had a big issue with skin tags, especially like on the sides of my boobs and like my areolas and stuff. And the thing about that is, when you're pregnant, your body is essentially producing more. Pregnant people have a higher body temperature. Your skin cell turnover rate is quicker. Just everything about your body just doubles. So your skin is producing more skin cells, and that can sometimes lead to skin tags, which it did essentially for me. And some of them I would be able to kind of just like pull off, and then others I still have. So that's something that I struggled with, that it was just really annoying. It's still really annoying. A lot of them have just kind of like fallen off throughout my pregnancy, but I still have some prominent ones. Another thing that happened to me, or that is happening to me because I still have it, is discoloration or hyperpigmentation. Specifically, again, on my boobs, on my neck a little bit, but it has seemed to clear up. And then on my butt, which I thought was really weird. Now, I have heard that that's normal for the boob area, and kind of like your chest, to have some prominent veins. I've also have had that, like if like my chest and my boob area looks like, you know, tree branches of veins, and then like some dark patches, dark spots. And I've heard that's normal because with your milk coming in, your body is basically making a map for your baby to know where to go, to get milk, which I thought was like really cool. Some, spots of your breasts are darker or just get darker overall, so baby knows where to go, which is why, your areolas get so dark and stuff like that. So that's something that I've been struggling with just because I'm so used to my skin being even and clear, and that's something that I work really hard to maintain. That's just something that makes me feel beautiful. So the discoloration and like the hyperpigmentation and the patches, darker patches kind of, on my boobs and my chest and like my butt were annoying. But I know that, it's happening for my baby and that it's random, but those are just some pregnancy skin things that, I was dealing with, especially in the first trimester, and some of them have just stayed for the duration of my pregnancy. Like my moles are still all big. I still have that hyperpigmentation and discoloration in those spots. Most of the skin tags have resolved. And yeah, that's about it. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about, I already told you guys about the genetic factors. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was the products that I use. Obviously, what works for me may not work for you, but I just wanted to share the things that I'm using in case, you wanted to try some things out or you wanted some recommendations, right? So I will start with body and work my way up to face because it's probably less products. So, and again, you guys, these are products that I've been using honestly for years, before I got pregnant, that I've just continued to use, that have continued to be effective, and that my body has continued to like during pregnancy. During pregnancy. There's only one thing that I had to switch, and that was my moisturizer. And when I get to that, I'll like explain that to y'all. Two other things that I wanted to mention before I talk about the products that I use. Two other things that I think play a big role in like the pregnancy glow, that I notice a difference in my skin if I like stop taking them, is water and prenatal vitamins. So since becoming pregnant, I'm always thirsty now. I'm always drinking. I've heard that, it doesn't change postpartum. Breastfeeding, which I plan to do, dehydrates you a ton. I also noticed when I became pregnant that I just had like a lot more saliva in my mouth, and I would even drool sometimes. But I'm just always thirsty now. And I noticed that if I don't like have the normal intake of water that I typically have pregnant, that it will show up in my skin, and my skin will feel dry. Backtrack a little bit. One other pregnancy skin side effect thing that I was experiencing was dry patches, almost like rashes. But it was not all over. It was literally just this one like patch of skin right here, this one area of my shoulder that would get super dry and literally flake off. Like it would flake. It was like dandruff flakes on my skin. It was very weird. I had that in my first trimester, maybe for about a week and a half, and then a couple weeks later it came back for maybe like 2 or 3 days, and then I haven't had it since. But that was very weird, and it was just this one area of dry patch of skin that I had, and no matter how much I moisturized or exfoliated or washed, it just would not go away. So I don't know what that was about. But yeah, that was something else that I experienced. Okay, going back to the water. Drinking water is important whether you're pregnant or not, but it becomes even more important when you're pregnant. because it's super duper easy to get dehydrated when you're pregnant and when you're breastfeeding. So I do notice that if I'm not drinking the normal amount of water that I do, with this cup size, I have two cups. I have like a bigger Yeti that I drink out of. If I'm drinking from my Yeti, I'll try to do 3 of those a day, and with this one, I try to do 5. I think I'm currently on my third one. This is my third cup of water for the evening, so I have 2 more to go. But I notice if I'm not drinking a lot of water or enough water, that my skin like starts to feel dry, and I usually notice it first around my lips. Another pregnancy skin thing that I have had just since day one is dry lips, and I'm always having to exfoliate my lips now. I don't know if y'all know this, but your lips are the only part of your body that don't like self exfoliate, that don't like, you know, dry and crust up and flake off. Like, you have to self exfoliate your lips, and I find that I'm having to self exfoliate my lips like every 2 days. So that's just another like pregnancy skin thing. So I'm always exfoliating my lips and applying chapstick now, and I have even heard that your lips get super dry and chapped during labor and delivery and like postpartum, but that is something that's happening to me now. I would say my lips started getting really dry like around like 30 weeks or so. But yeah, so 2 additional skin things: the shoulder flaking and the lips. Something that, you know, you will notice a difference in is water. I really think drinking water contributes to the pregnancy glow. And the second thing is your prenatal vitamins. Now, at this point, I have probably tried every prenatal vitamin under the sun, every drugstore one anyway. I haven't tried like any special order one off the internet or social media or whatever. I just go into Walmart or Kroger and pick a brand. But the brand that I have been really loving lately, I'm actually out and need to go get more, but it is the 1-a-day prenatal vitamin. I feel like out of all the ones that I've tried, that one has been the most effective and most compatible like for my body. And I saw just like a huge difference with my hair and my nails and my skin when I started taking that one. So that's one that I really like, but I recommend that, you know, you take a bunch of different brands and figure out which one you like. But I really like the 1-a-day women's prenatal vitamin. It is a pretty big vitamin. It's like red, but it does come in a soft capsule. But yeah, that's the one that I've been liking. So I really do think that your prenatal and drinking water, you know, highly contributes to the pregnancy glow. And I have actually been taking prenatals for a couple years. You can start taking prenatals at any time. Physicians actually recommend that all women of childbearing age take prenatal vitamins, whether they are pregnant or not, just because there are plenty of benefits from prenatals, even if you aren't pregnant. I've actually been taking prenatals maybe 2 or 3 years before I got pregnant, because once my now husband and I started dating, I knew that, you know, we were going to get married and have kids one day. So I straight up asked like my doctor, I was like, you know, obviously I don't know what my fertility is looking like right now, but is there anything that I can do now to, you know, up my chances of, you know, a healthy and happy pregnancy? And she was like, you know, if you're not already taking prenatals, that's the best thing that you can do right now before you start trying. So I've been taking them since then, and obviously they have been working. It's also very important to continue your prenatals postpartum. I hear that it really helps with, you know, stabilizing your emotions and hair loss and, you know, everything that, all of those hormones that you're losing. Your prenatals can help, you know, you keep that and balance that out. So drink your water, take your prenatals. That's something that you can start on now, whether you're pregnant or not. So yeah, so now I want to talk to you guys about the products that I use, and we'll start with body. Again, these aren't like miracle products or whatever. These are just products that I know my body likes, that I was already using before I got pregnant, and my body just continued to like them when I got pregnant. And because that routine was already there, because I already had a skincare routine in place, you know, I didn't have any challenges with my body being out of whack, or, you know, trying new products on top of already being super duper hormonal and pregnant. So here are the things that I use. First thing, our soap, the soap that we wash with, Bronner Brothers. I've been using this soap for years, since I was in college, and I just stuck with it while I'm pregnant. Still love it. I will use this on my daughter, probably the lavender or the hemp or the blue baby one. Most likely the hemp, though. I feel like it's very, very, very gentle. The lavender is gentle too, and this is very, very potent. But yeah, this is a soap that I've been using. This soap is amazing. It's all natural. It's vegan. It's fair trade. It makes you feel super duper clean. I do think that it, you know, the ingredients help contribute to like a nice and even skin tone. So yeah, so this is the soap that I use. And for my sugar scrub, I love the Tree Hut brand. Y'all, it is so very, very important to exfoliate. Probably once or, you know, 2 times a week if you've just started exfoliating, maybe 3 times a week. And it's important that you exfoliate on dry skin and not wet skin. And I think that this has really been helping me, especially with the hyperpigmentation and discoloration I've been experiencing. It's been helping to kind of keep it at bay, and still keep it as even as possible, because it is temporary, and still keep my skin smooth even with the hyperpigmentation and the discoloration that I have, with just my body getting prepared to breastfeed and all of that stuff. So I love that sugar scrub, and it obviously helps contribute to even skin tone, because sugar scrub helps remove dead skin, all that good stuff. And then for my body moisturizer, what I use on my body, y'all, I really have just been using the cheap, like, little dollar store, not dollar store, a beauty supply store oil. This one is the tea tree oil. I also love the grapeseed oil. That's the one I was using before, but I decided to pick up the tea tree one day because this is what I use in my husband's locks. And I really, really like this one. I like the smell better than the grapeseed one. When I become postpartum, I do plan on upgrading to a higher grade oil, a cocoina oil, for myself and for my daughter. That will just, you know, be something, a little luxury treat for us, just a higher grade of body moisturizer oil. But this is what I've been using, and obviously with more skin, more weight, more belly, I am using more moisturizer and more soap than normal. So I wanted to get something that was affordable and effective. These are like $1, and I run through them pretty quickly, but it's okay because it's just $1, and I literally just, you know, lather myself with this. And it's been effective, and it's been keeping me moisturized. Like, those oils, they're cheap, but they're very, very effective in my opinion, and they work very, very well. And that is the gist for body, sugar scrub, soap, and moisturizer. Okay, now for skincare, I do use a PMD Pro. I have the one in rose quartz. It has the heated rose quartz on this side, and then the facial cleanser on this side. I do use this. I've been using this maybe for about a year and a half, and I really, really love it. Before, I was using the silicone face cleansers, and it's basically the same thing, but no heated gem on one side. And then the regular, like, silicone face scrubbers, they don't vibrate. So this one has like multiple vibrating settings, to cleanse your face, and I find that this is super duper effective. I find that cleaning your face with a silicone facial cleanser is just super duper effective in general. If y'all are using the bristle brushes, you're doing it wrong. Switch to silicone. But this is something that I was doing before, that I continue to do, and it's just very, very effective. Now, the cleanser that I use with this is drugstore. Before I tell you guys, the PMD is fairly expensive. I think this one was originally like $250, but I caught it on sale during like the holidays last year at Macy's and picked it up. But it is so worth it. It is so worth it. I would buy this over and over again. And the cleanser that I use with it is drugstore. It is the Hydro Boost Hydrating Cleansing Gel by Neutrogena. I love the Hydro Boost line with the hyaluronic acid. This like aqua blue packaging I love as well. I usually go for drugstore. I usually go back and forth between Neutrogena and Garnier, and then Andalou Naturals. So I love the Rose line for Andalou Naturals and the Quenching Coconut line. So for my cleanser, sometimes, and I was using Mary Kay before, but I kind of like Neutrogena and Andalou better. It's just cleaner, simpler ingredients. Andalou Naturals is actually vegan, and they use fruit stem cells in their skincare, which is really cool. And then this gel cleanser from Neutrogena is just very simple and effective. It smells great. Obviously, dermatologists recommend it. It has hyaluronic acid in it. So I just love the simplicity of Andalou and Neutrogena, but this is the cleanser that I'm using now, the Neutrogena one. And another thing, like with my skincare, with my body care, especially while I'm pregnant, you know, you get tired and you get winded, and you want to have a minimal routine that's effective. Oh, excuse me, burp. You don't want to have a lot of products that are gonna like take forever for you to apply, because girl, you are going to be winded. Like, I'm 37 weeks, y'all, and taking a shower and getting in and out and just washing my face and moisturizing is a workout. I'm out of breath by the end of it all. So you just want to have a few products that are effective and affordable. And yeah, I love this duo here. So the next couple things that I have, I just keep all of my skincare in here. As you can see, it's not a ton of stuff in here. Again, minimal and effective. So I use Sea Breeze to tone my skin. I've been using Sea Breeze since I was 13. It's an OG, it's cheap, it's effective. It's an astringent that tones the skin and also removes any leftover dirt or bacteria that your cleanser did not get. And this has been just, again, very effective during my pregnancy to reiterate and stabilize and balance all of the pregnancy hormones that I'm experiencing. I've had very little acne or scarring or anything like that on my face during my pregnancy, and I really think it is because of the Sea Breeze, of me continuing to use the Sea Breeze. So love that product. I apply this with a cotton round to my face, and I also like get behind my ears a little bit. The next thing that I have is my moisturizer. So 3-step skincare routine: cleanse, tone, moisturize. So I was using the Garnier Skin Active Moisture Rescue. I still am using it. I have just like literally a little bit left for one application. But something else that I've noticed about my skin, on my face anyway, is that my face is becoming a little more oily. Before getting pregnant, I had pretty normal, balanced skin, not too dry, not too oily. But now I'm noticing, as I'm getting further along in my pregnancy, this probably started maybe like 32, 34 weeks, that my skin is becoming more oily. So this moisturizer is just too much for me now. This is the Moisture Rescue Refreshing Gel Cream, and this is the one for dry skin. They do have another one for normal skin. The normal skin one is blue. The dry skin one that I have, the gel is pink. So I decided to switch over to just a facial mist. And that has really been helping too. I've used this a couple times already and I really, really love it. And it is the Garnier Skin Active Soothing Facial Mist, made with rose water, made without parabens, dyes, and silicones, with a vegan formula, no animal derived ingredients or byproducts. So this is just a simple little mist. I love the rose, but this is just a simple little facial mist that I can use to still moisturize as my skin seems to be transitioning more oily. So I have been using this at night to use it up, and then using this in the day, and I just spritz, and pat, and I'm good to go. And I really love this. I think, if my skin continues with this new like oiliness, this is going to continue to be my go-to. And then for supplemental skincare, these are things that I may do like once a month. I'll do like a bentonite Indian clay mask. That's a very potent mask. You can watch plenty of tutorials on YouTube about it. I do use it with apple cider vinegar. I still do that. And when I do that mask like once a month, I follow up with the Time Wise Moisture Renewing Gel Mask by Mary Kay, just to restore all of the moisture that clay mask took out. And that's pretty much it, y'all. That is how I have been maintaining a pregnancy glow, just by doing things that I was doing before that work for me. You don't have to use like a special belly oil if you don't want to. You don't have to spend tons of money on like pregnancy specific skincare or whatever. Like half of my stuff is from the drugstore, and I'm still glowing and beautiful and no stretch marks and all that good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative and helpful. I hope it gave you some recommendations if you are looking for some new products to try, whether you're pregnant or not. And just remember that it is all about consistency and routine. And I will see y'all in the next video. I am going to go pick up pizza for dinner because me and baby girl are hungry. So thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.